So on the Fox News show Outnumbered, they were discussing a Missouri sheriff that was getting some backlash for putting "In God We Trust" on their police cruisers. Now, they had on Judge Andrew Napolitano and Democratic strategist Julie Roginsky, being the, of course, liberal on the show. Now, since she was the more liberal person on the panel, she was immediately put on the spot on her views about this. Let's take a look.
Is it divisive to put this on the back of a police car, Ms. Roginsky?
I would not, and I am going to say something that's going to get me so much hate mail, but here, bring it on.
Say it anyway.
I'm going to say it
Ainsley
anyway.
will defend
Thank you, Ainsley.
Yes.
I'm sure, no, Ainsley will not defend me in this. I don't agree with the court. Separation of church and state means don't bring, if you want to put "In God We Trust" on a bumper sticker and put it on your car, great. Don't put it on my money. Don't put it on government property. Take it out of the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh my God. You're going to take God out of the Pledge of Allegiance and off the oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Get the somebody get the rosary. Okay, so before I show more, I do want to mention that the Supreme Court said that it is legal to put "In God We Trust" on our money. Now, this happened, of course, back in the 1950s. Congress and the president made our national motto from e pluribus unum, meaning out of many one, which would accurately describe the United States. Well, he replaced that with "In God We Trust," which doesn't reflect America. But they're going to argue that, of course, it reflects the majority. But anyway, now this was challenged. The first case challenging it was Aronow, the United States. And this happened back in the 1970s. Now, the United States Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit ruled in this case, of course, in favor of the motto. The ruling said, "It is quite obvious that the national motto and the slogan on coinage and currency, 'In God We Trust,' has nothing whatsoever to do with the establishment of religion. Its use is of patriotic or ceremonial character and bears no true resemblance to a government sponsorship of religious exercise." To that I say, absolute bullshit. No, we're just going to put it on our money, which you have to have. You obviously can't live without money, right? Make you swear on the Bible in court? Do you swear under God? Do you swear under oath, under God? Say the Pledge of Allegiance with the words "under God" in it? But don't worry. We're not pushing religion. We're not trying to establish religion on you. No. Of course not. Now, let's watch the panel get completely unhinged.
Not because I hate God.
I get that it's legal.
Hold on.
Yes.
How do you think they purchased the cruisers? With Monopoly money?
What, God gave it to them?
No, it says "In God We Trust" on
I
the
get
dollars
it.
that were used to buy the cars.
You're missing my point. I agree that it's legal. I would prefer that "In God We Trust" not be on our money, not be on government property. I think it is divisive.
Julie,
and I think it is offensive to atheists and to other people who may not believe in God.
Judge, she's the minority.
I know. I'm absolutely the minority here.
So there was Andrea Tantaros making one of the stupidest arguments for this. Well, what do you think they bought the cruisers with? Monopoly money? Well, our money's got "In God We Trust" on it. So obviously, God. Duh. Gotcha, atheists. Well, wait a minute, dude. What the fuck does that even mean? Now, this train wreck is going to continue when Napolitano starts appealing to authority. This time, the Supreme Court. Listen to this.
I agree with the court. The phrase "In God We Trust" has become so passé. I don't think anybody looks at it on their cash. I don't think anybody feels offended when they use a dollar bill.
Julie does, apparently.
I actually do. I've always said
crazy.
so. I know that everybody disagrees with me on this. I get it. This is not because, and by the way, it's not because I hate God. Don't send me crazy.
When you send her hate mail, take my Twitter handle off.
Should the sheriff be concerned with people that have sensibilities like Julie's?
Maybe, and then the sheriff can give his officers the choice to put that sticker on the back of their car. If they feel as strongly against it, like Julie does, then don't put it on there.
No, they're saying these are government vehicles,
Well,
though.
the majority of The majority of Americans, 77%, believe in some sort of God. The majority are Christians. You have 23%. This is according to Pew Research. They surveyed 35,000 people last year. 23% are atheist or agnostic, and the majority should win in this case. Also, if you don't believe in God, here's my thought. If you don't believe in God, why do you get so offended by the word God? Because you would think it was just...
Well, first of all, let me start by saying I do believe in God. So, again, I don't want to hear it from everybody.
But you're ready to.
But I'm ready to anyway. But I do want to say that it is because we protect the rights of the minority. And listen, we have separation of church and state in this country.
What about the majority?
Okay,
I'm so tired of protecting the minority. What about the rest of the country?
Great.
77%.
Ainsley, put it on your car. I don't have a problem with you putting it on your car. I do have a big problem with government taking religion on in its public domain.
But if the Supreme Court ruled,
I disagree with the court. The same way I disagree with having a creche on City Hall property or anything else.
The Supreme Court, you've got to follow the Supreme Court, guys. That's what they said, the Supreme Court said. Well, yeah, unless, of course, they do something that you don't like. Then it's judicial tyranny. Oh, follow the court unless they rule a way that we don't like. Then, of course, judicial tyranny, and we should ignore them. Actively ignore them. Oh, their ruling, it doesn't matter. But on this, oh, their ruling matters so much. You know why? Because they ruled in my favor. Of course. And then there's that appeal to the majority, right? Oh, what about the majority? I'm so sick of that minority. I'm so sick of the minority protected. Oh my God. Why do we have to protect the minority of people against the majority? I'm so sick of not being able to run roughshod over everyone else who thinks differently than I do. Oh, interesting. Now, here's the best part. Erdhart asks, if you don't believe in God, why do you get so offended by the word God? Well, why do you right-wingers get so offended by the word Allah? Kind of the same thing. It is the same thing. Allah is Arabic for God. Yet you're getting offended. I guarantee you'd get offended if in Allah we trust was on our money. Oh, your heads would explode. Not that I want anything like that on our money. It doesn't belong there. And look, to answer the question as an atheist, no, we actually don't get offended. This is like being offended over somebody claiming to see unicorns and saying, in unicorns we trust on our money. It doesn't belong there. You know why? It's because we do follow the Constitution. The court did get it wrong. That's not, it's unconstitutional. It is an establishment of religion. It is pushing religion on people and not following the Constitution.